So recently at the channel, I've been receiving a lot of questions asking about the ability to re-roll certain attributes on certain exotics, and there has been some confusion out there. So today, my fellow agents, I want to take a few moments, go over some details, and as always, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and the first thing I need to say, my friends, is that this does not work on every single exotic in the game, to the best of my knowledge. This is only available on 2 weapons in the game right now. They are the Sacrum Imperium and the newest assault rifle we just got in Year 5 Season 1, which is St. Elmo's Engine. Now, the first thing I'd like to show you is what to look for if you're trying to see if it happens to be a weapon that you can reconfigure one of the attributes. Again, to be clear, I believe it's only 2. I haven't tested everything, but to the best of my knowledge, this is the most recent information, and we're going to start with the Scorpio, as I know this happens to be one of the weapons in the game where the core attributes are never going to change no matter how many times you reconfigure this thing. So you can see on the screen that the core attributes on this weapon are shotgun damage, damage to armor, and crit hit damage as well. Now, how do you actually verify if this is a weapon that you can change or not? Well, when you get to the next page, you can see at the very bottom, those 3 attributes are completely and totally locked in. Now, my friends, we're going to make our way to the new exotic assault rifle in the game, St. Elmo's Engine, and when we get to that exact same page, you're going to see that when you go to reconfigure this weapon, that 3rd attribute is actually going to say random bonus, as you can see at the bottom, and that means you can re-roll this as many times in a row as you like until you get the exact weapon you're looking for. So in my case, when I got this weapon from the reward track, the 3rd attribute was swap speed. I don't really need it, so I'm going to reconfigure this thing over and over until I get what I want, which is damage to targets out of cover. So this last one, I got magazine size, which means once again I'm going to reconfigure this thing until I get exactly what I'm looking for. Now that brings me to 2 very important details that I want to pass along so you do not make a huge mistake. First of all, and this is something I've talked about before in previous videos, but whenever you reconfigure an exotic, you are not re-rolling the one you have, you are creating an entirely new one, not an additional one, and that means it's going to be a brand new weapon, which also means you need to make sure you go to your inventory and mark that thing as a favorite. That should be the first thing you do. I've already talked to agents out there who've picked this up in the reward track. They accidentally deleted it. Now, if you finally re-roll the one you're looking for, I don't want to see that happen to you. Now, secondly, and this is for those of you that have been working on your expertise with the St. Elmo's Engine, is that when you reconfigure this, you are losing all of the expertise that you've gained. So some of you out there could have swap speed. You didn't know you could actually do this. And after watching this video, you may decide, you know what, I do want to change that 3rd attribute on my weapon. Remember, fellow agents, it means that expertise is going to be knocked down to 0. Now, you may be wondering, Graybeard, how do you know this? Well, if you look at my Scorpio right now, you'll notice it's only at expertise level 2. And the reason I bring that up is I had one that was at expertise level 12. And the reason I say had is I was putting a video together, I wasn't paying attention, I reconfigured the wrong weapon, which means I had to completely and totally start over with the exotic. Again, it's embarrassing to say, hey, this is a safe place, you know, we're all family here, and chances are you're not listening anyway. But the bottom line is this, my fellow agents, I do not want to see you make the same mistake I did. Please pay attention to these details, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, unless the feedback is mean, like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear what a dumb move that was. I know it was not the most intelligent thing I've done, but we don't judge here, remember that. And as always, I'll get back to you as quick as I can. One final thing I'd like to mention really quick as I wrap this up is some of you have reached out asking if we're going to have the ability to do this on previous exotics such as the Scorpio. Now, as of right now, I do not believe that is the case, but as always, if they give us any more information, I promise to pass it along. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the only other weapon in the game that this feature is available is the Sacrum Imperium. You'll see here in a moment, I do reconfigure it until I get the one I want. As always, I want to thank you all for your incredible support of this channel, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
probably make some string out of old plastic bottles. Might come in handy.